In today's video, you're going to get to see a beautiful Studebaker pickup truck. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, then welcome. I really appreciate you being here today. If you've been to my channel before, then as always, welcome back. Thank you so much for the comments that you leave for me, for your thumbs up, for you subscribing to my channel, and also remembering to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is being released. Today you're going to meet a gentleman. His name is Roy. Roy is a wealth of knowledge. He has a 1950 Studebaker pickup truck. This car is beautiful. He's had this truck for about 10 years. It was actually found in a barn in Omaha in pieces. He learned about this truck during some car meet in New York State for Studebakers. He had to see it, he saw it, he fell in love, and the rest is history, as they say. It's got this lovely green color. So, without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1950 Studebaker pickup truck. Okay, rev the engine for me there, Roy. Okay, and honk the horn. All right, awesome. You can turn her off, sir. Roy, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell me what you have.
1950 Studebaker R Series Truck.
And how long have you had this?
I've had this truck now for approximately 10 years.
Oh
I bought it in Omaha, Nebraska, in pieces. It had been apart for 30 years.
Really?
The original owner, yes.
So the original owner had it.
Yes.
For over 30 years, it's just sitting there.
Just sitting there. He was a farmer just out in Omaha, Nebraska.
So hopefully it was in a barn during this time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it was all apart when I got it, and the cab was still on the chassis and the motor and transmission were in it, but nothing else. No glass, no wiring, no fenders.
Oh my.
Everything was in boxes.
So how did you come across this car? Like, were you looking for a Studebaker?
I was at a Studebaker Swap Meet,
Okay.
and this one was for sale, and with a friend of mine, and we decided, we had a single axle trailer with us.
Okay.
We decided to buy it, and we looked somewhat like Sanford and Son coming across the United States with all the parts piled in top of each other.
Wow. Now, was this the original color, Roy?
Yes, it's the original color, and I painted it exactly as it should have been, or was, when it came from the factory.
And even the white contrast on the bumper, that
on
would
the
have
bumpers,
been...
yes, and the name on the tailgate.
Yes.
Pinstriping on the wheels, and the white on the grille as well.
Oh my.
And the interior is complete. That's the color it was originally.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
The only thing I added to it since I got it was the turn signals, which were an option anyway.
Really?
After, they weren't.
So 1950, if you wanted to turn, you stuck your hand out the window?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this. And so in terms of the gearing, what is it? Just
It's
a
three-speed.
Three-speed.
3-speed on the column.
You know what's really amazing is I love this color combination between the green and this light brown.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And it actually told you the amperage and the battery condition.
Yeah, that's the proper gauges for it.
And I love this little light as well.
Yeah, that's The interior light,
Oh
dash
my.
light, which you could switch off and on, has a switch underneath.
Oh, and you have to have the standard ashtray, which is
Yes,
awesome.
yeah.
So Roy, what are these buttons? The C
That's a
and
choke.
okay,
Choke, and the
yeah,
other one is the lights.
beautiful.
And then you have the ignition switch, which you just turn it on, and
Yeah.
then the push button starter,
Oh,
which is up
okay.
above.
So that's just to get things going, and then
Yes,
you really have to
yeah.
start it. Beautiful. And the steering wheel's all original too.
It's all original, yeah.
My lord. What about this knobby thing at the?
That's for the wipers,
Get
the
out.
windshield wipers.
Pneumatic.
Yes, yeah.
Very cool. The rear view mirror again stock.
Stock, yeah. Totally stock.
So Roy, I gotta ask you though, like, you had it in pieces.
Yes.
You get it in Canada. You get it to Canada,
Right.
and then you put it together yourself, or how did you?
No,
how did you assemble it?
A friend of mine,
Uh-huh.
an elderly gentleman named Will Goss,
Okay.
he lives in Pennsylvania actually. He's 80 years old, and he helped me, and he assembled it and painted it
In the U.S.
in the U.S.
And then you brought it over.
Then I brought it back here. Yeah.
So the hard work and effort in terms of the assembly and everything else was
Yeah.
thanks to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What a labor of love this is. And how long did it actually take to put it all together?
Well, this one it took about approximately 18 months,
Wow.
because he was the gentleman that did it. Will Goss
Yes.
was 80 years old. He was retired, and he was a body man.
Right.
And it was a friend of mine, and God bless him, he's still alive.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he said, "Roy, I'd like to work on that truck."
Oh.
And I said, "Okay." We made a deal, and
And the
there
rest
she
is
is.
history, as
And
they
the rest
say.
is
And
history.
I'm so impressed, and I'm thrilled to hear he's still alive and kicking. Does he still work on cars?
no,
He's
this was the
retired?
last
This was
one
the
he
last
did.
one.
He just, I don't know why, but he had a hankering feeling that he wanted to do this truck.
Oh, that's amazing. What are all these books and things?
These
in
books
here?
are, these are all Studebaker bulletins, and this
You
is,
don't have the original bill of sale by chance, do you?
no, I don't. But see, you
Oh,
know,
wow, look at all this stuff.
this was a pedal car that was available
God.
from Studebaker. This was back in 59, 60. These are all bulletins,
My God.
confidential
Confidential too.
sales
huh?
bulletins, yeah.
Fantastic.
And all of them on price lists. And
Wow.
this is even a service manual from back in the 20s. This particular one.
But not for this particular truck.
Not for
though,
this
like
truck,
just generic.
no.
Wow, look
This
at
is
the
gen-
detail.
Yeah, this is all for Studebaker,
Oh
though.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That is impressive. And now to do it, we have to go online and download something or other, I reckon. So
Yeah,
how times have changed.
I do have the shop manual for this truck.
You do? You rascal. Okay.
Happened right here in the glove box, actually.
Yes. So this is the original.
Original
manual.
2R Series shop manual.
What did the 2R represent?
That was just a number. The R was nothing, it was just a series.
Okay.
Prior to this R Series was the M Series truck.
Right. That's not the original plate, is it?
No,
Okay.
but it is a
It's a
1950
50 from Pennsylvania.
from Pennsylvania.
Fantastic.
Right.
How magnificent. I love this thing. Now, did you always have a passion for Studebaker?
No, my first Studebaker was actually 50 years ago. I bought a Studebaker Avanti in 1963,
Wow.
which I fell in love with when they were new, Studebaker, but couldn't afford to buy one. But I bought mine in 1971. I still have it,
Do you really?
the 63 Studebaker
Good
Avanti.
Lord. So we'll definitely have to do a video on that one, my friend.
It's up, yeah, it's
Okay.
up at the shop.
Incredible. I just love everything about this. Can we take a look at the engine?
Yeah.
So how big is the engine even?
Six cylinder,
6-cylinder.
flathead 6.
Oh, wow. Good Lord. This is what?
That's the air breather or filter, air filter, on top of the carburetor. But that's an oil bath. This
In
is
here,
inside.
right? Yes,
There's oil
okay,
in
I've
there.
heard of
Yeah,
that.
oil bath, yes.
And that's what filters the air.
And this was an accessory too, having an oil filter for the
Okay.
engine, which is why it's externally like this, and you had a special bracket to mount it onto the block.
Wow.
A 6-volt system.
And this particular Studebaker, I'm going to come on this side, was always on a 6-volt system?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
And that's
Now, do you drive her still to shows and things?
yes, yes.
How far do you go?
Oh, I've been
Oh, you've been.
50 miles or so or
Okay,
more.
so
with
in and around the GTA-ish,
The
not
GTA, yeah.
driving to the US or anything?
And there's just a special
yes.
Studebaker tag that was on it for the antifreeze originally.
Amazing. What an absolutely beautiful truck. I love this color. It's not British racing green, it's just a lovely green.
I think they called it forest green.
Forest green, okay. Whatever became of Studebaker, Roy?
Studebaker ceased building cars in February 1966. They went into other things, diversified, because they could make more money rather than making automobiles. They couldn't compete with the big three.
Right.
Studebaker was an independent company that started in business in 1852.
Wow.
Building Conestoga wagons and wheelbarrows and things like that.
What's a Conestoga wagon?
That's what won the West.
Oh, those wagons.
Those wagons,
okay.
yeah.
So Studebaker started building those.
Building wagons. In 1852, there was 7 brothers started all together.
My God.
Their first car, I think, was around 1902 or something like that when they had their first automobile.
What a
But they
story.
celebrated 100 years in 1952, and that was a big deal.
Amazing. Amazing. I remember, this is going back a few years, I'll have to dig up the photographs. My dad grew up in Fiji Islands.
Okay.
And in the Fiji Islands, because it was an American base at the time during the war, they had all these trucks come in. Most of them were all Studebakers. I am sure there's a photograph I have of my dad when he was a young boy, and there's a Studebaker truck behind him, and they're kind of leaning against it.
Right.
It looked very similar to this.
Studebaker built an enormous amount of trucks for the Second World War.
Yeah, okay.
And an awful lot of them went to Russia, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, all right, well.
Yeah.
So what do you use for fuel in this bad boy? Just regular unleaded,
Regular
premium?
unleaded, yeah.
Works fine?
I put premium in because it's not run very often, only in the summer, and premium doesn't have ethanol is not good for these old vehicles.
Right. In terms of features in this car, like what would it have had? Just your basic heating and that's it? No.
And even your sun visors.
Oh, they were optional extras?
Well, normally they came with one for the driver.
Oh, wow.
And the passenger side was extra.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful looking car. Truck,
When you look at the styling
yes.
for 1950, in my opinion, when you compare it to a 50 Chev or a 50 Ford, it's far better looking truck.
Oh, yes.
Design-wise.
Definitely. There's very stylish elements about this whole thing. Like, it's just lovely.
Yeah.
I love the way it sits even. There's just something magical about this thing. There is something about the stance of this. Just beautiful.
Like I said, when you compare that to a 1950 Chevrolet, a 1950 Ford, and I'm a Ford man.
Okay.
Although I'm driving a Dodge.
We won't even look at that one, all right?
But you compare it style-wise, I mean, it's miles ahead.
Yes, beautiful. I just love the way, even based on the frame of the car, how much further out the car actually sits.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
lovely. Hey, and are the rears actually sticking out? They are, aren't they? Or is it an illusion?
No, that's an illusion.
So they are. It's actually straight.
And yeah, the
Okay.
16-inch wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the tires are.
Skinny, all brand new, yeah.
So these are like regular standard tires from
Yeah.
today, not the old style.
Well, yeah, that'd be the old style. They're not.
But
they're
they're brand
not,
new.
They're not.
What do
They're
you
not
call
radial tires.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
bias ply. That's what they call them.
Now, would the originals had white wall tires or anything like that? Or was that an
You
option?
could have. That would be an option again.
Okay.
But bear in mind that most people that bought Studebaker pickups were farmers,
Yes. It was a working truck.
and they were working trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed also your side mirror is only on the driver's side too,
Yes.
not on the passenger side.
No, you could get it there again as an extra,
Got it.
and there is the little plate
Oh, I see.
that comes off, and that's where the bracket would bolt
attach.
on
Okay.
to hold a mirror.
Incredible. Such a beautiful truck. Okay. Now the tail lights and everything, again, all stock. This is kind of how they appear?
Just one.
Just the one?
just one.
Okay.
That was one that I put on, and most people put on a second one
Right.
nowadays, because it's not safe to really just drive around with
True.
one.
And you got to tell people which way you're turning as well.
Yes,
It comes in
yeah.
kind of handy. But,
That's why I put on turn signals.
lovely. And this chain would have
This-
been kind of the normal way that
That's
the
normal
whole
way.
tail end comes down?
The whole hooked that way, and
Yeah.
you could just flop it down, and
Incredible.
yeah. This was new old stock that I found, the new chain, and that's how it came with this rubber
This
on it.
rubberized things. I guess it doesn't scratch the...
That's right, and also, you see it had a hole
Right.
to drain
Oh, that's deliberate.
deliberate.
Oh, wow. They
So
thought of that.
They
Okay.
thought of that so the water would drain
Doesn't
out.
collect in there. How
Doesn't
clever.
collect and rust the chain.
Yes. A smart ass like me would have gone in and replaced the rubber thinking, it's cracked. What's the point of
Yeah,
that? So
yeah.
yes, there's a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
The coating on the rear bed here, so that is just...
I did that.
Okay.
Or I had that done.
Right.
And the reason I had it, of course it collects a lot of junk.
Yep.
The reason I did that was I thought if I wanted to use it and carry anything,
Uh-huh.
I could put it in
Okay.
and not be concerned about scratching the paint.
You've got it.
Whereas if I'd painted it and it was a perfect box,
Yes.
there was no holes in it or anything, and you can see by the top here.
Yep.
But if I'd done a paint like that, I couldn't put anything in the back
True.
without scratching it. This way, as you can see, it collects junk
Absolutely.
because it's sitting in the
I tell you what, if I ever move, Roy, I'm calling you, because if I'm moving in style. So
Yeah.
that's lovely. These are not from this truck.
These are for a 63 Studebaker,
Okay.
actually. And those are for a 57 Studebaker.
What? Not a Cadillac?
No,
I
that's
thought they were Cadillac.
no, that's Studebaker.
So that was this. Let me go here. So that's the actual logo for the Studebaker.
Yeah, in 57. Yeah,
How about
that's
that?
it.
Very Thunderbird looking. Like it's a combination of
Yeah,
things I didn't expect.
yeah.
Okay. And the picnic basket came with the truck?
No, but it's complete with all the dishes in it, and
No. Show me. Come on.
that you should.
Because
If you-
I have a picnic basket for my MG, and if yours is nicer than mine, if you find it missing one day, Roy, you know where it's gone. Oh,
complete.
yes. Very cool. So this is where you take your wife out on a picnic, is it?
Yeah, if she behaves herself.
If she behaves, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
you know,
She
for special
might even watch the video, Roy. Be
special
careful.
treat.
Once a year on her birthday?
Yeah.
This is amazing. Roy, what can I say? This is just a beautiful, beautiful truck. Can we go for a little drive?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, the interior here, Roy,
Yes.
this finish, again, this is all kind of stock. This is more or
This-
less what it was?
The cloth wasn't. They were all vinyl.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah. But I put the cloth inserts
A little
in.
bit more comfortable, I suppose.
Yes. And also
Vinyl seats are not fun, especially in the summertime.
and there was a reason for me doing this.
And that is?
There was a few years ago, what happened was he got broadsided on Mavis Road at, just up
Near the Canadian Tire?
north of that, north of Burnhamthorpe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He got broadsided, and unfortunately, his wife, it went right out the passenger door, and it was vinyl seats, and she slid out.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, you know, if they weren't vinyl,
Yes.
if they were
Because
cloth,
there's a bit of, there's a bit more texture.
texture,
Yeah.
and it gives you a little
Grip.
bit of grip on it. And unfortunately, she passed away.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
And he did, God bless him, he did the truck. He was going to scrap it, but his friends talked him into restoring it again, and he did it. But he did away with the vinyl seats.
Got it. So, we
And that
learned
was
something.
why I didn't.
Right.
But I got a vintage cloth
Yeah.
that matched.
It
And-
suits beautifully because
suits.
even the color combination
Yeah.
works with everything
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Now, there's no radio or anything in here, is there?
No,
Okay.
but you could get one.
I love your starter.
You could get a radio, and it would go in here. You take this out,
Got it.
and the radio.
Hey,
will
by the
fit
way,
in.
how'd you know which gear you're in? There's no indicator anywhere,
No.
is there?
No,
Okay.
up
Yep.
is reverse.
So we can go around the block. It's
I
whatever
don't want to
works for you.
hit that.
Yeah, don't be hitting my little
I
one.
don't want to
Yeah.
hit that MG.
Yeah. Although they should probably fit on the back of your truck bed there.
They're kind of.
So
Well,
no
I tell-
power steering, no nothing, right?
Just arm power.
There you go. How is the gearing work here? So first, second is down.
I'm in third.
Third, sorry.
First is here.
First, okay.
Second is up, and third is there.
All right. Oh, what a beautiful ride. And again, no power brakes or any of that
Oh
nonsense.
no, no.
Oh, Roy, this is lovely. So, Roy, cast your mind back a little bit. What was the very first car you ever got?
1950 Chevy.
1950 Chevy.
Chevrolet.
Yeah, which one?
Just a two-door coupe, six-cylinder,
Okay,
basic car. I bought for $75.
$75. Wow. Right here in Canada?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good for you.
In Acton, I lived in.
Acton, okay.
Here, if you want to, do you want to go around the block? We
Yeah,
can go.
we can do whatever you're doing.
Well, we can go right around, I guess.
So 19...
That was in 1959. I bought a 1950 Chev
Okay,
for $75.
wonderful.
And that was
And how many years did you use her?
just about a year and a half. or so.
Okay.
Then I bought a 1955 Ford.
Okay. So then, did you become a Ford man after you bought the Ford?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Then I became an Edsel man. I loved Edsels, and I bought
Which we're going to do a video of very soon, I hope. I'd love to see your Edsel.
I bought my first Edsel I bought in 1962.
Lovely.
So I've owned the Edsel since 62. And Studebaker since 71 was my
Good
first,
for you.
the Avanti. And in the ensuing years, I've owned dozens of Studebakers.
Right. They are lovely, lovely cars.
They were. I mean, they just couldn't compete with the big three, and that was they went out of business in February of '66.
Right.
And diversified. Studebaker Worthington Corporation,
Okay.
which was Studebaker Worthington. And Studebaker name was actually on the stock market well into the 70s before the name actually disappeared.
Yes.
I'll just go slow here because there's bumps in the road.
Oh gosh, yes. Same in my neighborhood. It seems anywhere near a school now, you get these bumps.
Yeah.
And with old cars, we have to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have quite the soft suspension.
No, they don't. No, they don't. But that's okay. That adds to the charm, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
So how many miles on this altogether?
I think there's only about around 60,000.
60,000 miles. But you can picture this truck in a farm field somewhere just kind of doing its thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. So this switch underneath is for the dome lamp.
Yeah.
Yes. And then this knob at the top.
It's for the turn signals, or for the wipers. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to work today or not. No.
So do they have to build up pressure in order for it
Yeah,
to?
see that?
I do like that though. That's just a lovely glow, isn't it? Magical. Now the interior gauge that doesn't have lights or anything, does
Yes.
it? It does.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
There's lights on it. When you pull the lights on,
All right.
or put the lights on.
The hood ornament on the truck. Now, would that have been a sort of a typical
Yes.
Studebaker?
Well, that was designed specifically for this R Series truck.
Okay.
It was on. I'm not sure. 49, 50
Okay.
are both the same, and the 53 has got a different ornament.
Amazing.
But that was the fella that owned this truck originally.
Yes.
When he found out that I had it restored and restored it completely
Yeah.
through some mutual friends from Omaha,
Uh-huh.
Nebraska, sent that. He had that in his possession, a brand new hood ornament,
Wow.
still in the box, and he sent it down to me
Oh,
to put on the truck.
That's lovely.
It
and
is.
that would have been chrome, but the rest was sort of white or painted, right?
Yes, that was chrome, and I had the hood ornament from it, the original one,
Okay.
which is exactly the same,
Yes.
except he had this new one, and because
Absolutely.
I restored the truck,
It
he
just
sent it
seemed
to me.
fitting all of
Yeah,
a sudden, didn't
yeah,
it,
yeah.
to have that?
Yeah,
How lovely is this?
and this is what they call split window,
Yes.
which in 1953, I think, they went just to a
Just one
one.
single. I
one
kind of
piece.
like the split.
Yeah,
It gives it a bit more character.
it does.
Absolutely. Plus, you know where the center of the truck is.
Yeah. Oh, now there's.
Oh, look, they want to
Oh.
work now. There we go.
Yeah.
So if it
Yeah.
really started pouring down with rain, we'd be a little bit out of luck, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, that's probably the first time they've ever been turned on.
For the camera, and it kind of showed a
And
little bit what it can do.
They did work.
I love how easily you've mastered the gearing on this. It's just like riding a bicycle, I suppose.
is.
Once you've done it, you kind of get used to it.
You do. And that's what I learned to drive on a
On a stick shift like this.
stick shift, a 3 on the tree, as they call
Three
it.
on the. Oh, this is okay. This is not even.
That's what they
alright.
refer to as 3 on a tree. What's a little more difficult is 4 on a tree,
Okay.
which I had a German Borgward, and it was 4 on the tree.
Okay.
And they're a little more difficult to find where they're all supposed to be.
Got it.
There you are.
Incredible. I just love how you just turn it off.
That's it.
Now, what about the brake? A foot brake?
Foot brake. There is a hand brake too, which is over here.
Oh, underneath somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Let me come out so I can actually see it.
That's right here. See?
Okay, so that's okay. I'm with you.
That's the
and
hand
then
brake.
the switch at the bottom. You've got two almost.
That's for your high and low
High,
beam.
and the one at the back.
The
what
one
is,
at
What is that one? Is that a switch or
no,
a decorative piece?
no. Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like it should have a purpose somehow, but okay. Wonderful. Roy, what can I say? This is beautiful. It sounds good too, doesn't it? When you close the doors,
Yeah.
it just sounds right.
It does. Yeah.
And this is the chrome piece now. Absolutely
that's-
beautiful.
Like a rocket.
I love it. Oh, well, I didn't realize this is first. This is your turn signal underneath.
Yes. It's actually the parking lights,
Okay.
but I hooked it up so that it was my turn signals
Yes.
because in 1950 turn signals they put them on top of your here or on your
Right.
bumper, and they were just big
Mound.
big
kind of
ugly
thing.
things.
Yes.
And in my opinion, parking lights nobody uses anymore.
True. Yeah.
So I thought if I hooked them in, made them the turn signals, it was much
Absolutely.
nicer looking, much
Yes,
more
it's a
streamlined.
clean look.
Cleaner look.
More aerodynamic.
Yes.
0 to 60 in what, like 15 minutes now as opposed to...
yeah. If you're
Oh.
going downhill.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
With a strong breeze behind you. Roy, my friend,
Yes.
I got to say thank you. Thank you so much. I know
It's a
we kind of
pleasure.
did this last minute, but
Yeah.
it worked out, and I'm
Okay.
thrilled to have seen you again.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing your Edsel as well in the near future,
Uh,
and the other Studebaker,
yes.
right? So hopefully we'll do that soon.
There's two other Studebakers there.
Okay, all right. Now you're getting me more excited. But again, I want to thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Anytime.